Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel. I did watch the last episode of Beauty and the Bester. And I must say that I was thoroughly disappointed in the fact that we didn't get resolution as viewers. We did not get resolution. And for me, resolution would have been finding out how they pulled it off. Number one, that was my most sought after information. I wanted to know, how did they pull this off? And number two, I wanted to know, how did they freaking meet? Because we still don't know none of those things, right? So I was just thoroughly disappointed. And after mulling this over for a day, just thinking about this story and how wild it was, how brazen it was, I came to a conclusion about this documentary. We thought, or I was thinking this documentary was about this crazy woman, that lost her mind and risked her whole life for this man, or about this man that had the ability to manipulate. But it wasn't, that wasn't the main story here. The main story here was government corruption. Yep, South Africa, y'all got a problem with corruption, because here's the thing. There is no way that they pull this off without any intervention or help from some officials in the South African government. And when I say officials, I mean very, very high up, which led them to be able to have contacts at the jail, at the prison. Now keep in mind, this man was in a super max prison. He wasn't just on a regular jail. He was in a super freaking max prison, and he was able to break out and be free for almost a year before they even started to investigate. That's government corruption. Nandipa used all of that scamming money, or most of that scamming money, to pay off a lot of people, to help them to not only escape and be free for a whole year, to also evade capture after there was a manhunt. These people were able to leave the country in a car, passing through multiple border crossings, checkpoints or whatever. They were able to do that, leave the country. Insane. Another thing that solidifies my belief that there was government corruption and police corruption was the fact that when they almost caught them at a hotel, they had just left like minutes before the police arrived. Somebody tipped them off. Come on now, let's be real. Somebody tipped them off. Nandipa is a piece of work. That lady, I have no sympathy for her, although I do believe that she was being maybe abused, definitely verbally. We heard the voicemails that he was leaving her. We heard how he was talking to her, but a part of me thinks she liked it. I know that's sick and twisted to say, but I think she liked it. And the reason I think she liked it is when we see them in court and he sits next to her, and the way that idiot just was so in love with him, even after all of that crap, pulling her dad into it, him being locked up. Speaking of the dad, I was thoroughly confused as to what was the charges for the dad. They say he drove the truck that transported the body into the prison, but I don't remember hearing them say he drove the truck into the prison, carrying the body. I was confused about that. If y'all have some clarity on the dad's role in that, please let me know, because I was confused by that. But yeah, so when we first see her and the dad sitting in the courtroom, she's hiding her face. She has all this remorse and shame on her face, sitting next to her dad. But then we see her sit next to Tabo. This woman lit up like they were on a date. Like no one was there. It was just the two of them on an intimate date. Like they were not in this courtroom because their lives are about to be over. She was just so in love. She was so in love and she couldn't hide it. She could not hide her love for this man. Yes, I do believe he manipulated her, but I think she was a willing fool. I think she was a willing fool. I think that this persona that everybody was familiar with was not the real her. I think she was unstable before she met him. I think he filled some type of void for her. I don't know if it was the danger, the excitement, but the way that woman just threw her whole life away, including her kids, for this man and had no remorse was just, I have no words for it. I have no words for it. And then the nerve of her to try to play on the court sympathy when it came to bail, speaking on the fact that she's a mother and all of these things. And then they rightfully pointed out, girl, you left your kids. You don't care about your kids. You don't care about being a mother. You just wanted to be with this man. And then we got Thabo. He looks like a weasel. There's nothing attractive about this man. But, you know, at the end of the day, he got to live his dream. And remember from the first episode, his dream was to have nice things, live the life. But he also wanted to have someone that he was in complete control over. He wanted someone that he could make feel small, and someone that would basically just give him full control over their life. And he accomplished that with Nandipa. So for him to get caught, now that's why I understood his reaction of, you know, not giving a damn about what people saw and thought, seeing him in the courtroom with her. He probably was like, I went out with a bang. I got to live my dream. So I don't care about trying to manipulate the court to get a favorable outcome for myself, because I was serving life anyway. So I'm just going to go back to serving life. But before that, I had the ability to live out my dreams. Nandipa, on the other hand, which is why it was so freaking confusing. Girl, you got kids, you had a career, you had influence, and you just gave it all up. And not only that, you could not hide or conceal your love for this man long enough to even have a good defense, saying he made me, the stuff she was saying eventually, but nobody was believing it. She really could have played her cards just by concealing the way she felt about him. And she really could have played into he manipulated me. He made me do it. I have kids. I love my kids. This was all a mistake. But she threw all of that away the moment he sat next to her and she held his hand and gave him Google eyes and whispered sweet nothings in his ear. Which is why I have nothing for her. Honestly, I have no sympathy for her. I think that is the real her. And that pretty much ended the documentary. Like, it was we didn't get what we all came for. We wanted to know how it ended. And I still don't know. Like, I don't know if they have been sentenced or what. I said I was going to Google it to find out what's the current status of the both of them. I still might do that because I'm really curious. But back to that government corruption thing, I think that's why she is keeping quiet, because at the end of the documentary, they mentioned how they wanted to speak to her, but she declined. I think she is not going to tell it because those higher up, they will take her up out of here. I think she has a lot of exposure because of her connections in government that allow her to do these things. So Nandipa is not going to talk if she knows what's good for her. Before I go, I got to talk about the scenes where they were in court. South Africa, they are different over there. I mean, like, the defendants get to sit amongst the people. I mean, they're not, like in the States, you're going to get marched in shackles. You're going to sit in a specific area in the courtroom. You're going to be separate from everybody. But no, in South Africa, the defendants get to intermingle sit in the pews with everybody else. They get to stand up and say stuff. It's very relaxed over there when it comes to handling criminals in the court proceedings. So I was thoroughly shocked by how lax it was, because I was expecting to see them shackled up, behind the glass or something up on in a corner on a, you know, something away from everybody else, but they were sitting amongst everybody else. It was wild. It was wild to see. So yeah, just in closing, I think I have more smoke for Nandipa than I do Thabo, and it's simply because of everything that she risked. She put her family at risk. Her poor mama, Lord, her mama, I don't know. That woman looked like she has, maybe she suffered a stroke or something. You could tell she's not all the way there. And I'm wondering if she didn't go through all this after the hell Nandipa put her through, the shame that she placed on the family. I wonder what happened with the dad ultimately. Was he charged? Did he serve jail time? I'm just really curious. I think I am going to Google it just for my own curiosity, because this documentary is like nothing I've ever seen. It's like nothing I've ever seen. And if I'm not mistaken, at the end of the documentary, I don't think they had been sentenced yet. So yeah, I'm gonna Google it to find out what's going on, because I'm just nosy like that. So yeah, y'all, thank you for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if I missed something, especially the dad's involvement. And I'm also curious to know, did he know he was involved in this this jailbreak? I just have so many questions. But thank you for watching this video, and I will see you on the next one. Bye.